Greetings, traveler, and welcome to my humble channel, Bunsquire. I'm your wizard host, Bo. Happy to have you here with me on this lovely nondescript day. As you can see by what's on your screen, I finally have a completed, finished sketchbook to take you on a tour through. If you read the title, spoiler, this is taking me a very long time to do. So, exciting. This is my first sketchbook tour, but also, I don't know what I'm doing. I watch a lot of these. That doesn't mean I retained any of that information. But one thing I know is usually they say what kind of sketchbook you're sketching in. So this is a Stalogy 365 day, I believe B6 size. It has gridded pages. Yeah, I think that's the gist of it. I don't think it's something traditionally used for sketchbooking, but I wanted something that I could use daily. Did not happen, but we got it done eventually. The pages are definitely thin, but I only really sketch in pen, so it worked out for me. But 365 pages is definitely very deceiving amount of pages, because you think, oh, I can sketch a page a day. But motivation's not great, always. So, I think we can get into this, I suppose. This is a sticker I made. I don't sell it on my shop, but I made a new version of it, so perhaps can be something to look forward to in the future. Now, on the first page, unofficially, I have a list of goals from way back in 2023. I finished this book, and I think that's really most of what I was able to get done. And proof, I literally did just finish, and it did take me over 3 years. So, fun for us. Secret information. Starting this off, I was still in college, so the beginning has some college stuff. Great times. So, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna flip through it. Very sketchy. I'm not trying to make anything finished. I think I tried to be a bit more ambitious with colors and, actually using a pencil, but we're just having a time here. A lot of this is for, projects or prompts from school. And because this has spanned over 3 years, I've definitely used this for preliminary sketches for a lot of things. I'm not gonna go through and find all the digital files to put that up on screen, so hey, cheeky plug, maybe go on my Instagram and stalk me, I guess. There's a bunch of finished art of the things I've made there. I did also try to use this as just a place to jot things down. So there are just a lot of words beyond just sketches. I like to figure things out, brain dump, etc. Some pages are just a tiny scribble, but we got it through. A sketchbook does not need to be any specific thing, and I haven't seen a lot of sketchbook tours that focus on the messier side of it and have a lot of unfinished stuff or stuff that's not meant to be the finished pieces. So I hope you can resonate with having maybe a more messier thing, a more doodled filled book, because that's just not what I was able to do. Now, I started to switch over to pen because who cares about mistakes? It's about getting things done on the page. So, while using pencil was fun, I think sketching with a pen just helps get things done and out on the page. So, That's great. A lot of these were like sketches for reels and stuff I posted on Instagram when I used to care about making a bunch of reels. So yeah, fun times. I think filling a page up with tiny doodles is my favorite thing. Making scenes and whatnot is cool and something I would like to do more in a future sketchbook, my next one perhaps, but again, this is about being messy. This is about getting whatever's in my brain on the page and making tons of wacky little creatures and doodads. Now, I'm not always referencing anything when I'm drawing. Sometimes I'll do the classic scroll through Pinterest for things that have inspired me, but mostly I just like to have this on hand to fidget with, and so I'll be watching a YouTube video and maybe something on screen inspires what I draw, or just random brain dumpy stuff. Nothing particularly too specific, and I tried not to fill this with too much fan art. There's peaks of moments in here where I have fan art, coincidentally, some Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, but I tried to be original, which could have been perhaps a downfall at some points, because I don't know what to fill it with, and that's why it took me so long to finish it. But I think it was a fun exercise. I also will say I don't know how to be obsessed with things properly, so when it comes to making fan art, I admire the artists that are able to fill multiple pages of their fave characters. I envy that. But I'm just out here making creatures and such. A lot of attempts at trying to develop my own story and lore for things, but I gotta lock in and type that out on something because it's scattered throughout this and also probably not consistent. Yeah, never get deceived by a lot of these sketchbook videos. You can have a messy sketchbook, and it's actually fine, and it's actually fun. I think a lot of things don't make sense, and they don't have to make sense. I'm jealous if you are painting full, beautiful images in your sketchbook, but hey, for me, I'm treating this as a sketchbook. These are sketches. We are having fun, I swear. I think having projects to focus on was something that helped do and fill up pages and work out ideas for stuff, but I am bad at making that a reality, so I want to be more focused about that, but I think it served its place as a ground to just figure things out. I think sketching before making a more polished or finished thing can help but sometimes it really does help to go straight into it. Making the thing. A lot of this book also has some thought and brain dumps on making like my own games. Another unfulfilled thing, but I try to dump it out. I used a variety of pens in this book, so it's hard to pinpoint. I think my favorite is just some sort of gel pen that's very smooth. Makes it easy to get and fill in spaces. This little section is for when I moved into my house and I needed to figure out floor plans and stuff for furniture and organizing that. So, you know, that's part of it. And here is where I was like, I really want to finish this book, so I'm just going to use it for whatever. These are notes on learning HTML, which, you know, I learned. I would love to apply it, but I took notes, and that is certainly something and a step in the right direction. Once again, little projects and trying to work things out. I definitely want to make perhaps more videos actually working through a project so I can see it finished, because unfortunately a lot of it gets stuck in the sketchbook and doesn't make it out of there, and I'd like to change that, perhaps. We're getting to the point where I started to actually try and consistently use it daily, and so the pen has all been the same, and it's been similar styles, which has been nice. And in trying to use it more, I've gotten more accustomed to grabbing a sketchbook. So, you know, sometimes pushing yourself to sketch more actually conditions your brain to want to sketch more. Crazy thought. This was the last thing I sketched, and after this is, again, more delusional things of building plans for IRL stuff. And the last page is one of my favorite effects if you have AfterEffects to making stuff look silly and whatnot. Otherwise, that is the sketchbook tour. It has been through me. It has ran through me, quite frankly, and been with me through a lot, and I'm excited to finally start a new one. And I'd like to emphasize I actually used every page, because in the past, when I get to like a couple pages left, I'm like, that's close enough to being done. So I think I'm done and I want to start a new sketchbook. But I pushed myself, and that was hard because the page is very thin, and so once you get to like what you think is just a couple pages left, it's like several whole spreads that you have to get through, which was annoying, but I pushed through, I finished it. And will I learn my lesson and get a sketchbook that is thicker pages? No, I will not. I will keep doing that because I like it, it's fun. But now that this is finished, hopefully we can go forward together and start a new sketchbook. Coincidentally, kind of beginning of New Year, so that's a future video, is setting up new sketchbook, actually maybe having better goals and finishing it within a year. No promises on that, but that would be a fun thing to do. I really hope you enjoyed this. I don't really know if I did this good or not, so if I did it bad, don't tell me. But you could be nice about it, maybe? I don't know. Ultimately, we like the sketchbook. It got done. This video is done. And I'm happy that you clicked on it. Maybe you found some inspiration for the things in here. Maybe feel a bit better seeing a sketchbook that is, in my opinion, a little messy. So yeah, if you're enchanted by my art and you want to find me elsewhere, you can find me on Instagram and on my Etsy under Bunsquire, which I should have links for in the description. But otherwise, do the YouTube things. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, maybe leave a UFO emoji. I've seen people do that. If you've watched to the end, leave a silly emoji. But until next time, I see ya.